right. So someone wanted to take me, my family, to see this movie. And I kind of didn't pay any attention to the trailer, but it looked kind of colorful, and I kind of saw there were some songs, and I didn't know what studio or anything about it, but the day, as in today, before going to go see it, I decided, just to check out the reviews, and the first reviews I saw is a guy bashing it, and then saw right next to it him doing another video saying about the Christians or the Catholics that came after him for not liking the movie. I would say that kind of stuff is kind of believable that, I can, and in a way, it's kind of like I've been seeing so many things where they'll make up some label says these people are this and that from social media, and there's no real proof with it, but it's kind of believable. And for me, I'd be more like, come at me, because this movie sucked. I walked out of it, so I don't have too much to say, people. I walked out of it. And the thing is, I heard about these kind of movies. They're like force Christian movies that just thrown out there, they're not good, and they get mocked. And and then when I saw that review, that first review, it was I think he's like Asian or something, I don't know. And I had this feeling like, oh crap, is it one of those? And I did a little research, and it sounded like it was, and I think it was. And this is kind of like one of my first times giving one of these movies a chance. I don't know how to explain it. It was just something about, it's like moving backwards, as in how anime is, in like modern animation, and then this is like something that did not need to go to the theater. I went in there, two of my family just left. And I'm sorry, and there's two people behind us, or three, and then all I know is when I left, and I just left to sneak in to see Housemaid. Anything could have been better than what I was seeing, and I'm going to do a review over that next. But I kind of just walked out after the fight with David and Goliath. And I will say, and I meant to say, David and Goliath, back then when I was a kid, has been my favorite story, but we're not going to get it, but it's just, I don't feel like getting into. The other thing is how my thoughts changed about certain things, but that has been, my favorite story back then. Not my as a favorite story, but about the Bible and stuff has been. And right around after there, it's just that something about the script, the way they talk. I don't know if it's like playing it too safe, but something about the facial, it wasn't bad, but something about it didn't feel modern, and it just felt like, they didn't have like a good person that wrote the script, a good person that did the animation. It wasn't bad. It's not like one of those like cartoon TV shows animation. I'm just saying, it's just something about it just felt lazy. Something about it just kept feeling lazy, and the songs were really just forgettable, and I just didn't care. So no, it's not a movie for me. No, it does feel like those movies I have heard about it. It's forcing their beliefs, trying, but I don't really believe it's like really forcing, but it's just coming out of a movie because it almost feels like, to me, it has a cult feeling. When people come up with this, like, this is why I would believe, and if it wasn't so much about saying, God this, God that, and, God has my back, and so much God, and it's kind of like, okay, it feels like, I just thought a real writing would just not keep using God so much, even if it's a religious movie. The Book of Eli didn't do it as that, like that, they can, but it just, no, all right, peace, I gotta go. But no, I don't like it at all. It's not, peace.